How to become a luxury real estate agent. Did you know that luxury real estate agents, meaning agents that focus on homes $500,000 or more, make 10 times the average real estate agent? Yeah, well, it's all true, and I'm gonna show you exactly how you can get into this too. Let's go.
Noel. Yeah, she can fix that. If you gotta get it done, no, you need to do it better. Well, she can fix that. Yeah, she can fix that. Investment to get back, trying to get a big stack. She can fix that. Let's fix that.
I'm going to share with you a detailed step-by-step guide on how to go from no license at all to a luxury real estate agent. I'm going to share with you my biggest secret to getting high-end clients right out of the gate. And I'm going to share with you how my student landed a luxury real estate client in less than 30 days of getting their license. So let's talk about the real estate business. When it comes to buying and selling real estate, many of you guys already know that we have real estate agents that represent buyers and sellers. But let me quickly explain to you the whole process. As a real estate agent, I'm licensed in Texas and in Florida, and in fact, I actually used to be licensed in Georgia also, holding 3 licenses in 3 different states. I can tell you that each state is different. Real estate agents are licensed in the state that they work and live in. There are 9 states that will allow you to have a license in a different state, Florida being one of them. I literally got my Florida real estate license while I was living in Virginia. But in most cases, you need to live in the state that you are going to be selling houses in, because the real estate commissions, the people that regulate and give out the real estate licenses, they are state agencies, and every state has their own agency. So the process to becoming a real estate agent is not very difficult, but there is licensing, testing, and continuing education that occurs. When it comes to having a real estate license, real estate agents will represent either sellers or buyers. As a real estate agent, you can say, I'm going to represent buyers and I'm going to drive them around in my car and I'm going to help them find a house. And then when they buy a house, I'm going to be paid a commission. Or you can work with sellers, people that are looking to sell their homes, and you can go to their homes, give them your presentation, stick a sign in front of the house, and then when the house sells, you will receive a commission. However, as a real estate agent, you are not actually receiving the commissions. You are receiving your commissions through the broker. So let me explain that process for you, because this is what you really need to understand before you can become a luxury real estate agent. As a real estate agent, you actually are employed or kind of work for, you're a contractor of a real estate broker. Let me break that down for you. So many of you have seen these big names like RE/MAX or Keller Williams or Century 21 or eXp Realty, which is the brokerage that I'm with. These are large brokerages that employ, and I use the word employ loosely, real estate agents. Meaning, when you're a real estate agent, you must hang your license with a broker. You must get your license and you must work under a broker. You cannot just say, oh, I have my real estate license now, I'm gonna have my own real estate company and represent buyers. In every state in the United States, this is prohibited. You must hang your license with a broker. He or she will supervise all of your transactions. Now, I said employed because you are not an employee of a real estate broker. You are an independent contractor. As real estate agents, we are able to set our own hours, our own schedules, and more importantly, our own pay. We can do as many deals as we want and get commission, or we can do as few deals as we want and get a commission. But in almost every case, we have to pay a fee to our broker to hang their license, plus we must also pay local fees for your real estate board and national fees. Actually, there's 3, local, state, and national fees that need to be paid to continue to have your real estate license. Additionally, you'll have to keep up your continuing education. So that's how the system works. Now let's get into the fun part. In order to get a real estate license, you are going to have to go through what's called pre-licensure education, meaning before you get your license, you have to do education. For example, in most states, you have to do 120 to 210 hours of pre-licensure education, meaning you must go to real estate school and pass their test, and then once you pass their test and graduate from real estate school, you will have to pass your state real estate exam. Pretty easy, not very difficult. In most cases, real estate school will cost you between $200 and $1,000, and the test will cost you between $200 and $1,000 as well for each state. It's a very simple process, and I was able to get my license in most cases in about 1 to 2 months, okay? Even while working a full-time job. Because nowadays, most of the real estate school is online. You're able to do it at your own pace, and if you're a dedicated and committed person like Noelle was, you can actually get your license completed very quickly. So once you get your license, now is the fun begins. You can decide, who do I want to help with my license? Do I want to help buyers and help them and drive them in my car and show them houses? Or do I want to help sellers sell their home and put signs in front of people's houses? Let's talk about that. So as I stated before, you need to decide, do you want to work with buyers or do you want to work with sellers? Well, like I said, I've had my license now for over 14 years. I first got my license in Georgia in 2006. And when I started with buyers. I'm going to tell you why. Working with buyers as a new agent was very easy for me because they weren't really very educated. They just wanted a house. I was able to go look into the MLS and find them what they needed. I had a car and I was ready to go. But as an agent that works with sellers, you usually have to be a little bit more established. People want their home sold by someone that is good at selling houses. So they try to find the top agent in the neighborhood, the one with the billboards, the one that's popular. They want to go to the person that they think is going to be able to sell their house the fastest and for the most money. So now that you know that, you can take this information and decide, do you have the expertise to start working with luxury buyers, or do you have the expertise to start working with luxury sellers? Like I said, one of the mistakes that I made when I first got my license, I just worked with whoever I could find and I started working with buyers. I drove myself crazy. I was taking clients, people that weren't pre-approved for a mortgage. I was driving people around in my cars when I shouldn't have been. I was showing people 10, 20, 30 houses, however many houses they wanted to see, I would show them. Again, I was a complete disaster as a real estate agent. And most people are. So let me tell you how you can avoid that mistake altogether. Start off with your niche. If you are going to work with buyers, work with luxury buyers. If you're going to work with sellers, work with luxury sellers. You do not have to escalate or grow to be able to work with people that have high wealth. I'm going to tell you some secret ways where you can fit in immediately, but you do not have to make the mistake of thinking, I'm a new agent, I have to work with people that are, low income or regular or average or whatever you want to say. And that is absolutely not true. If you want to work with $1 million clients or people that are looking for $500,000 or $2 million homes, trust me, you can do it. You just have to get some specific information, and I'm going to tell you how to do that. So the fastest and easiest way to get luxury clients is to make this your niche. Your niche, your niche, whatever you want to pronounce it. That is the key. Most people do not get luxury clients because they are not looking for luxury clients, nor have they marketed themselves as a luxury real estate agent. But the people that do, that say, this is my niche, this is what I do, and become educated in what people that are luxury are looking for, those are the people that get luxury clients and are successful. Like I said, the biggest mistake on why people don't get luxury clients and don't sell high-end homes is because they don't try. They think that, hey, I need to start off here and then I'll get to there. But that's not true. You can start anywhere you want in real estate. You can start off with commercial real estate. You can start off selling malls, strip malls, assisted living homes, land, apartments. Again, it's wide open and you get to decide what it is that you're going to do. Once you've made that your decision, and then you just have to learn what it is that your luxury clients are looking for. And here's some tricks for that. Okay, so before I get into my last point, because this is the gem right here, I want to make sure you are subscribed to this channel. Make sure you click that little notification bell so you do not miss any of this content. Okay, so here is the big way that you really can get into luxury clients, and the thing that I did not know. You have to become that. I know it sounds a little bit weird to you, but literally driving a nicer car, going to nicer neighborhoods, driving through those neighborhoods, learning the price points, learning how many bedrooms, learning the type of materials that they put in those homes will set you apart from everything else. I know it sounds so cliche to say go buy a Mercedes and then you'll get other clients with a Mercedes. But I'm being honest with you, that's really how it works. Most of your wealthy clients are going to want to work with someone who is also wealthy. They're going to want to work with someone that is also knowledgeable. They're not going to want to work with someone that is in poverty or that hates rich people or has negative things to say about wealth and money. They're going to want to work with someone that is like them, someone that dresses nicely, speaks well, drives a nice car, and knows about the things that they know about. So if you are used to, project homes and you don't know anything about luxury granite countertops and paints and things like that, all you have to do is get on the computer and learn about it. Same thing, if you have a Honda Accord, yeah, you might have to trade in that Honda Accord for a C-Class Mercedes. Yeah, it works. I know it sounds crazy, but this is information that I literally learned way too late in the game and something my mentor taught me. He literally told me, if you want to make $1 million, get a Bentley and start going to play golf. And he was true. He was absolutely correct. I've met so many more wealthy people by acting and becoming wealthy and going to where they were and listening to what they are saying instead of saying, oh, rich people are evil and they're dumb and they just keep their money. Instead of putting that luxury into a bad, negative light, I started embracing it and going to learn more about what they were doing culturally, what type of homes they liked, what type of things they liked in their homes. And even before I ever had any of those things, I was able to get luxury clients, and I've been able to teach my students to do the exact same thing. Now, again, I'm not going to tell you to go into debt and fake it till you make it or anything like that, but at the same time, you got to get in the game. If you want luxury clients, you yourself have to become luxury. Okay, I have an entire book that I've written just for you that gives you all of this information, and the best thing is this book is absolutely free. Go to noellsfreebook.com. Again, that's Noelle, N-O-E-L-L-E-S, noellsfreebook.com. I've written this incredible book that teaches you all of this, many of what I'm teaching you on YouTube and other platforms, but I give it to you in a very detailed and succinct manner so you can follow it. Pull out your pen and paper. This is a book that is for the ages. Go ahead and check it out. This is Noelle. To your success.